So Soundri is a whole package. She's stressed all the time. Are you stressed now? You're not.
Not really.
I've calmed you down.
But I am a bit stressed because I don't know what you're going to ask.
I'll be nice to you. You brought us food. I'll be nice to you. Your saris, I mean, your pallus are the talk of Colombo.
Really?
Yes, they are. I mean, all those magnificent, spectacular saris, except the black you wear for the symphony orchestra concerts.
Okay.
So, where do you get this from?
So mostly I shop in India. So yeah. And I go and select myself.
So if someone needs to give you a gift, a sari would be a good choice, or
Sari would be a good choice provided they make the correct choice in buying me something that I like.
exactly. So that's the toughest part.
So it's best they go to the shop and take pictures and
So we have. So you chose law as your academic career, and then later on you gave that a little bit of a side.
yeah, I didn't have a choice. So yeah, I did law and then I was working with Dr. Kumar at ICES. So that time it was more human rights and constitutional law focus. But then I realized my passion was music. So I went and specialized in intellectual property law and entertainment law at Berkeley. And that was amazing. That was always be my what if question. Because in entertainment law and Hollywood, you have so much, right? And as artist signs a contract, you look into so many things pertaining to music and law. But sadly, in Sri Lanka, I don't think copyright law has caught up as much as it should. So when I came back here, there was very little work in that specific area of entertainment law. I was still working, but then slowly the Soul Sounds Academy grew. And then now I'm into that full time, unless of course there's any specific research on entertainment law, which I do.
Soul Sounds, how did the name come about?
Wasn't thought about much actually.
Sounds as Soundri, because you're called Sounds as
No,
well.
I remember long years ago with the founding members, I was singing carols, and after that, the girls at HFC wanted to continue singing. I mean, that was the first lot of Soul Sounds girls. And they were like, let's think of a name, and I think it just came up. We really did just a conversation over dinner. But we didn't think it should connect with the word sounds or it should connect with the word soul. I really don't know.
Why only women?
No, there
Yeah,
are.
No, the main.
There is the mixed choir, but
Yeah.
the main
Your
choir.
showpiece choir
Okay,
is...
so can I ask you a question? You think men can multitask?
Oh, oops. Two against
we
one.
can,
So
we only cannot give childbirth.
Okay,
But we
no,
can.
okay,
I'm sure we can.
you can.
can.
Rohan can, Shan can, we all can.
No, so that's okay.
Deranjan can.
So do you think you could like have this interview, do your other work, plus commit to a rehearsal, plus perform
And take
on
care
stage,
of
plus
kids.
take care of family, kids.
Without
You
blowing a
can't.
fuse.
You can't even like answer a call when you're doing something, right? So
Please put this mic on. I think it was switched on.
So that was one of the reasons I did not have male members in Soul Sounds, because I knew I will not get that kind of commitment. I'm not denying the fact that men are extremely talented. The voices would have enhanced the treble voices of the girls. All that is well noted, but the fact that I wouldn't have got the kind of discipline and commitment I needed was the main reason I did not take men into the choir.
Yeah,
That's said
discipline
and done,
was number
okay.
one at Soul
Yeah.
Sounds. I remember.
Musicality wise,
Yeah.
the absence of a bass voice or a deep tenor, is there a miss there? You've survived very well actually without. I know.
Yeah, so that's also because Soul Sounds came out of the HFC choir, which was a girls' school. So I've always got used to only hearing those treble voices. So it continued. Of course, a mixed choir, there's more depth. Now, recently, I don't know whether you heard, but I did the version of Danna Bodunge with a choir in Greece. And of course, the males were added to that. And there was so much beauty in that depth of the bass and tenors coming in. So no denying that. But I've just gotten used to the female choir. There are successful female choruses all around the world. So yeah.
Let's start at the beginning. When you were in school, did you ever think that you'll become all these things?
Not really. Not everything that I'm doing now is all new to me. It's new to the world. It's new to all my friends, my school friends, my classmates, and everybody else as well. But I was always artistic from my small days. But I never realized that I would go on this line, the hairdressing line. I wanted to do architecture, which is also a form of art. And I got a break to work with Ramani, and that's how I got into this. Got into the field just to try it out. I loved it so much that I never wanted to go away from it. Then, of course, the climbing and all that was something that came in.
You went with the tide.
Went with the tide, but of course, something that people didn't know even when I was in school was I wasn't a real sports person in school. I just maybe take part in a house meet or whatever, but never really took to a sport in a big way. But what they didn't know was that I used to go with my father and do all these outdoor activities. Hiking, fishing, hunting, all that was done. And that was how I got into it, and that was how the interest was built.
Talking of Everest, the two names that come to mind are yourself and Jayanti Kurutumpala. You all got a team, you all went there together. Yeah. She summited first, the first Sri Lankan,
first female.
First Sri Lankan woman, and you ran out of oxygen. That's a story we know very well. Why did you all part ways? What happened? What went wrong down the line?
Well, nothing really went wrong as such.
I'm asking you.
Nothing went wrong. Just that I think we just wanted to do different things. She's really into rock climbing and all that, and I know Jayanti is really strong at that as well.
Are you
and
not?
That has been no. I'm not a rock climber at all. But she is, and she's really skilled in that. So she wanted to take that forward, and I know she's doing a lot with it as well, where she's training people, she's training kids to do it in Sri Lanka. And that also has been included as an Olympic sport now.
Yes.
So I think that's great that somebody has taken it and they're taking that forward. But I decided to carry on with my climbing, and I just went ahead because I had a timeline as well that I wanted to finish everything that I had started, and that's how we have both proceeded our own way.
So he's a stylist, he's a national director of sort, then he's also a fashionista, a diva. What can I say?
Oh, the blush. It's more than your shimmer.
Kosh. We
It's
all
more than
know
the
him
shimmer
as
on your
Kosh.
face. Gosh.
Hi guys.
So Kosh, yes, what is like to be Kosh?
It's challenging. I mean, like under this makeup, it's like dark circles, no sleep, because my business partners are in other countries in the world. So I have to be up around whatever the time they are up. So it's so hard. And adding on to this thing, like CEO of a leading talent agency in Sri Lanka. So like I'm managing around 75 homes. So it's not easy. So being Koshi is exciting, but it's hard.
It's a lot of work.
So with all this work, where do you find time for your lovers?
No.
I don't
Straight
have
to that.
lovers. Kumar.
You don't have lovers.
No, not in Sri Lanka.
Not in Sri Lanka. That's why he
So
travels often.
remote control relationships don't work unless you're on a camp.
So I think
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm being very serious.
no. What I'm saying is like it is hard, but I don't think I'm lucky right now at this time. I'm
Not lucky in love.
lucky enough to have that right person. I'm just like
In
playing the
Sri
field.
Lanka.
I don't want a Sri Lankan.
You don't want
Because
Sri Lankan?
like if someone comes
That's what you call
to
patriotism, right? Doesn't want to Sri Lanka.
No, he doesn't want the Sri Lankan mentality.
mentality, because the thing is,
But you
Kumar,
think you're European.
He thinks like a European.
and I prefer Southeast Asia.
I'm just lashing out. I'm just lashing
That's
out.
fine.
So what is it that we don't have, Sri Lankan don't have about being Southeast Asian?
What are you like trying? Oh,
No, I'm just trying to pin him down.
gosh.
I think it's more like so in Sri Lanka I'm somewhat known in the fashion and the like certain part of the entertainment industry. So like if whoever wants to approach me, if it's obviously a guy, they
Will
either
approach
want
you
to be
because
a
of
model,
coach,
they
yeah.
want to like get into the industry. So that's
They'll use you.
They try to use me.
Have you been used by people?
Many
They
times.
try,
your
but I
work
see through
life.
people really easily. It's a gift that.
But
my
you
mom-
have let them use you sometimes. Right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm bored, I just let them use me, and then I give them. In my head, I'm like I'm doing a social service, charity. I'm giving them a job.
You want a sainthood one day?
Huh?
You want a sainthood one day?
To become a saint?
No,
Not
I like
really, no.
now not anymore. Now I'm looking for someone who can put a ring on this, And I know that Rozanne hates it. I was like, it's still single.
Don't
get
ever
married.
do that.
But I just want that.
Why would you want to be tied down?
I want to become a cute Asian baby, and then I want to start a nice family. Like I am getting old day by day.
How old is old, Kush?
I mean, like, you're both gonna kill me. I just turned I entered the big 30s.
Speaking about Mr. World, before you, we didn't have successful contestants coming into the top 10. But you made it happen. What do you think that you did that the others didn't do?
I think I've spoken about this in a common way, which will apply to all the pageants. Wherever you compete internationally, it's about understanding the DNA of the competition. It's not about you being a model, you being a representative of the country just for the fact of being one. So, if you have to understand what your weaknesses are, what your strong points are, and know what works for you as a pageant. So, when you take the big five or the A grade pageants, male pageants in the world, Mr. World, Mr. International, Mr. Supranational, the Man of the World, all these will act differently in their own DNA. And you have to know whether you fits into that DNA, so you can harness all you have in order to get where you have to get. So, for an instance, if you divide in general the pageants to beauty pageants and modeling pageants, one who can model might be able to compete in a beauty pageant, but then again, someone who can compete in a beauty pageant might not be able to compete in a model pageant. It's vice versa. So you have to understand where the balance is, where your balance is, and know how to pick what's right for you. Because the charisma they expect, the life skills they expect, the IQ, the qualifications, the fitness levels, and what you have to do, how long you're there for, everything depends on the DNA of the pageant. And Mr. World is I think one of the major pageants that they put a lot in, and they try to extract every aspect of a contestant. So getting ready for it, as Mr. Kumar knows as well, it took a lot of me, even because I was never a model. I was never a rampy model. The first time I said this before.
And you're proud of that also, that you're not a rap model.
I mean, it's not certainly. Yes, I'm proud that I got there
Without being a model.
Yes, and I got there to become a proper ramping model. Because when I go there, there's no excuses. I have to be a proper ramping model. So I'm proud about the fact that I got there in the right time, and I executed accordingly to become a proper model in a short time frame. But the first time I ever ramped is at the local pageant, Mr. Sri Lanka, because I'm an actor.
But you were quite good.
Yeah, because I prepped myself is why.
Okay.
So that's what I said. So the prep, it's not about prepping just for the international pageant. It's about prepping for the local pageant, because you won't have much time to go for the international pageant in the context that we have right now. And it takes a lot to do the research, because the inkling of an idea that came to me to compete at all in pageantry was in 2016, when the only South Asian winner from the region is Rohit Kandewal in 2016 for Mr. World, and he's the only one to date. And then only I started researching about it a bit, and with COVID, it took a back seat again. And I think the time was meant for me in a certain way, because they usually cut off the age just 26, maximum 27. So they extended it to 35, I think. So I could compete. Otherwise, I was actually letting it go, because the only pageant for me that fit the criteria of mine and the standard that I wanted to set was Mr. World.
So there's no more pageants for you again?
No, I think it was one off when I was prepping for it as well, because it was a step outside my comfort zone. Me wanting to do what I want to do to represent Sri Lanka in a very standardized and a very, very proper manner.
But don't you think now, with all this international experience and with all this fame and whatever you have achieved, that if you go to the next international pageant, that you might win it?
It's then again it boils down to the DNA as well. I think international it could be something that has the same DNA, but I think I'm out of pageantry.
But having won Mr. World, are there any other pageants you can go to at the same level?
There could be one, but I think for me, it has always been Mr. World, the highest rank. The pageant that they had, the finale we had, I think surpassed a lot I've seen as well, even in India, because we had separate shows like equally good separate shows for national costume and for talent, and for the finale itself, huge shows, very well planned. So they're going out of their way to make it the biggest men's pageant show in the world. And I don't think it's easier to beat that anymore, because it takes a lot of logistics, it takes a lot of investment, and I think Mr. World for me right now is at the top. And there are some A-grade other, like as I said, the big five that are in the same vicinity, but standard-wise, going forward, I think Mr. World will be a bigger thing. You have some news coming out from their end as well in the recent future about how they're going to change some things. So it's just, it's different, is what I'm saying.
A match routine. Say you have this major match today. How will you start your day?
First thing is the coffee. When I wake up,
You make your own coffee?
I make my
No
own
one makes
coffee,
it, right?
and then in the house there is no one because I wake up early.
How
And when I go down, make my own coffee, I have my lonely time for about half an hour, 40 minutes.
What's your composition of the coffee?
18
sugar?
grams,
Okay.
Precise, huh?
18 grams. And then I have it, then I hit the gym for about half an hour. On a match day, about half an hour, 40 minutes. Have some breakfast and take it easy. I don't think too much about the game until the time's right. So till we're supposed to be at the club by 2 o'clock. So then I have lunch at 12, have a quick nap.
So take it chill.
Take it chill.
Chill day.
And I only kind of focus just before we go for the warm-up. Like 20 minutes before, then I put everything in my mind. What's the plan I have to talk to the boys, what's the game plan, how are you going to execute.
So that's the dressing room atmosphere.
Yes, that's the dressing room atmosphere. Even when I go to the dressing room, I just have a...
Motivational player that motivates others also, or are you a loner player, like you have your own game plan? And
I'm not a very... aggressive
yeah.
motivational guy. I'm very quiet. I just tell them what we should do, precise in what we have to do, especially the game plan. And to execute it, I give them the plan, and that's about it. I have the other players who are aggressive motivational players, so they take my role. So I'm kind of the very soft-spoken motivational guy.
Does it work that way?
Yeah, so my role is, like everyone knows who's been playing with me, I'm not that aggressive. So my role is to feed them with the correct information of how we want to execute it.
That's the key word,
So,
correct information.
yeah, so I give the correct information and others take control of, they try to motivate. Because some guys you can't always be, soft-spoken. You need one or two guys to be very aggressive and to motivate them. So they do their job, I do my job, and then that's how it works.
Now you, Rohan, in your 16 or many years of singing solo and with the choirs you've sung with and with your own brand, the Delano brothers, have you had people who've been, imitating you, the way you dress, people like that, going to your suppliers, shows you've done, have those things happened, that kind of imitation?
Quite a few.
Oh, really?
Quite a few.
wannabes.
Quite a few wannabes, but doesn't the majority of people want to be these wannabes, seeing the others? I guess the answer is yes. But the interesting thing is how you go about it. I mean, I can't copy Kumar Silva. No, there's no point in my copying you because I'm not you and I can never be you.
Nor can I be you.
No, likewise. If you look at it from an artist's point of view, I mean, there are so many people who they say this is the closest Elvis Presley you will get to, right?
But not Elvis Presley.
Yeah, but no one is going to be Elvis Presley.
Closest, yes.
Yeah, you can do all the imitations of Elvis, but there is something that you will find which is not exactly that, right? So, like that, there are so many people who want to be.
Yeah, what you can say is that people have got inspired by you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we've also been inspired by so many others who have been there before us, right? But, for example, if I wear this particular jacket and someone
copied the next day.
someone wants to copy it, right? I mean, I think you look hideous if you wear this because it doesn't fit on you. It doesn't suit. So one's got to understand what really works for someone, right? So you can't just say for the sake of saying, you did a sacred concert, so I want to do a sacred concert. It doesn't happen
But that
that
happens.
way. Yeah, there are certain people. Yeah, there are certain people who do that, but you can't do it because it really doesn't work. There's a forte for every person, right? I mean, just because someone is a conductor, an orchestral conductor, I can't become an orchestral conductor because that's not my game. So you got to understand what you are good at. But you got a good point there. There's a lot of people who want to, I would say don't copy.
Get inspired.
Get inspired, make it your own. Do something different. Why do you want to do the same thing? If you print a certain type of ticket on a certain type of, paper or cardboard, someone wants to do the same thing.
That extreme.
That extreme. Right? But sadly, I'm disappointed to a certain point. The Diasz brothers have done a sit-down dinner show for the last 16 years of our existence.
Nobody can pull that off.
No one has been able to copy that.
Why?
Or pull it off. You're right.
Pull it
off. Because of the investment, right? The investment, the organizing, the attention to detail. You've been part of these shows. You come for these shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, you can't do this. Right? So, I mean, I think we are, I would say we are blessed to have, all people supporting us with this show. Right? And, but no one has been able to copy that or follow that. Should I use that word? Saying follow replicate that. Yeah. No one has been able to do that. And I understand the limitations that one would have also.
But do you think that because you all got together that the brand is stronger, or if you did it alone, it wouldn't be?
No, I always believe that people coming together make a brand much stronger.
Yeah.
The more people are involved, and I think the Diasz brothers can even evolve further with other associations that we make with the brand.
So will the kids ever come into the scene?
I don't know.
They have a mind of their own, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have a mind of their own.
Ishal mentioned that you all might close at 20 years. I was hoping for 25 actually.
Why 20? Why not 30?
It was the same question that we asked him, and he's like,
even you said 20.
We have to quit when we are in the peak.
Absolutely.
And we want to.
But don't voices mature as you get older?
I think we've matured enough now, right? In a way.
It's being very modest.
No, I think I follow the example of Kumar Sangaka. And you left when
people wanted more.
When people wanted more, when people said, you know what, and even Mahela for that matter, right? When people said, you should have played some more. But you leave at a point when things are good.
True. You'll be remembered for that.
You'll be remembered for that rather than people saying, oh, you know what, now it's time to go. Just, now it just fizzled off, just go.
So our girl going out there with all these pressures that she is undergoing and that no one out there in social media land, all those keyboard warriors, they are blissfully unaware. They just sit and do this thing. How lonely is she? She can crack also. She can also crack.
When she's at the
when she's out there alone by herself.
No, we are in touch with her now. From the time we could. Now they have phones and you can message, you can video call her, you can call her because she has a handphone. I mean, that was not the case, right?
Yes,
During your
definitely
period
not.
also,
Well,
Rozanne?
Nothing. We
So-
didn't even have digital camera, like
Nothing.
cameras.
I mean, there's no,
No
social
phones.
media to back you, nothing. So now they're not alone, because every night she can call us, and she can
She
say
can be in
whatever.
touch.
She was in touch every night. She was in touch, right? And she was in touch with her family. She was in touch with our team. She was in touch with you. I mean, she was in touch with all of us, right? So right now, I don't think they feel that same way, but it is not easy.
Yeah.
Even if you go there, you can't really meet her. But I think now the situation is different.
The girls would have been more friendly at that time than what you experienced last
You
week.
would know that.
No, she went for the gala in the night after
Yes,
the pageant.
after the pageant, and the girls
Yeah.
were so much nicer, Rozanne.
Yeah.
I mean, my experience here, I'll tell you, I met some girls in the lift, because I stayed at the same hotel that all the contestants were saying, in 109 countries, you're bound to meet one or two people in the lift.
Definitely.
And all the time I would meet one or two people in the lift, and they were all so nice to you, because they looked at me as an outsider. The moment they realized I'm supporting Anudhi and I have come on behalf of Anudhi, there were some girls who were nice and smiled at least, and some girls would just
Ignore you completely.
as
Just
if I
ignore you?
don't
Exist.
Even when I wish them all the best, it was like I never said it and I'm not there.